Well, it looks like there's 187 comments so far. No, it's not awful. Though I suppose that depends on what they actually say. Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's see. Well, this one has 92 upvotes. If you're going to feed us bullshit, you could have at least bothered to deepfake some kind of proof. Like we don't have all the proof sitting in the fucking thread. Of course they've read it, smartass. What they mean is a video. We should have gotten a fucking video of Serena popping back up at the waterfront. Yes, I know we didn't even see it ourselves. But it happened. We know that. What? Do you doubt it? I know. We need credible proof. That's what I'm saying. I suppose that would have been a benefit of actually planning that night out. But you'd think all this fucking research wouldn't be entirely without merit. I mean, it was good enough to get you over here, wasn't it? Fine, I will read another. Okay. The proof is compelling, I'll give you that. But what are you planning to do with it? What's the goal of this group? Yeah. At least someone thinks the proof is compelling. But then again, they pose a fair question, don't they? I mean, what's the fucking point of spending all this time gathering all this bullshit just to have people think it's exactly that? Bullshit. What are we even doing here? Exposing revenants? I mean, to what end? None of this fucking matters if it doesn't do anything.
Well, hello you two.
Hi.
Wow, what a warm welcome. Well, don't stop what you're doing on my account.
We weren't doing anything.
That's not what it sounded like from outside the door.
You were listening?
I was finding my keys.
How much did you hear?
Something about people thinking what we're doing with Veritas is bullshit?
No, that's not what I meant.
But you're right. It's true.
What?
Yes, I know. Rare for me to say. Look, as much as I don't agree with the stunt you pulled at the waterfront, I've thought a lot about what you said afterwards, and you're right. We need to be doing more.
Oh. Those are words I never thought I'd hear you say.
I'm only saying them because I'm right as well. That stunt you pulled at the waterfront is going to put both of us in a lot of danger with these revenants, and that's something we need to get ahead of.
I agree. But how do we do that?
That's also the question I have. These Reddit posts, they're a good way of getting eyes on our evidence. But if we want any actual protection when these zombies come crawling, we're going to need people to get out from behind their keyboards. It's like you said, the more people who know, the fewer places revenants can hide.
Wait, you heard me say that? But you were in your room.
How big do you think this apartment is, V? I hear everything.
Well, that's not comforting.
Probably shouldn't be. Back to the point, though.
Okay. So then, Detta, what do we do?
$1 million question, isn't it? A question I think you could help us with. Yes, you. Because you're our inaugural recruit, as it stands. Something you read on those posts made you decide you wanted to reach out and meet us. So, what was it?
So, essentially, the evidence was convincing, but we, perhaps, were not. Right? No, Actually, I think that's a fair point. These conspiracy theory Reddit threads are full of people with half a brain cell between them, all hidden away in their doomsday bunkers. You probably thought we were one of those.
Well, it seemed like the easiest place to start at the time. Conspiracy theorists are people already predisposed to believing things that sound outlandish. And both of us understand that the idea of these revenants existing is going to sound outlandish to most people. Well, no, obviously it isn't outlandish to us. It's like we said when we met you. We found out because we knew one.
Okay, let's not get into a sob story right now, please. The point is that we need to figure out how to appeal to the general public.
A meeting.
What?
We should have a meeting.
A meeting.
Well, think about it. You were at least somewhat sold on our proof, but skeptical on us, at least until you met us. But now that you have, you're in all the way, or you seem to be.
So you think we should have a meeting?
I think we need to talk to people face to face. Bring the files and the photos, maybe present the evidence we have. Show people that we aren't just a couple of lunatics spouting nonsense on the internet, that we're serious about this.
Oh, you really think that would work?
I think it's the best option we have. We don't have access to a zombie of our own. We can't demonstrate how it works.
Well, we could have, if I had proof of what happened with Serena.
Well, we don't. And since we don't, the previous evidence we've compiled is the next best thing. I think if we compile it into a presentation of some sort and show it to people, they might be inclined to at least entertain it if they can see that the evidence was compiled by rational people, not a couple of nutcases.
Okay. So, we have a meeting then. We show our faces to the world, and now the revenants will know who we are, what we're about, and where to find us. That sounds promising.
You have a point. We have to figure out how to do this safely.
Of course, if we go missing, it would help raise some helpful suspicion for our cause.
V, don't even joke about that.
Well, it's me they're after, remember? You'd probably be all right.
Would you stop that? We're going to do this safely, somehow.
Care to elaborate on the how in that somehow?
We can have it in a public place like a bar or something. There's a lot of groups that do speaking and presentation events in bars. Maybe we could get on one of those nights. Then we would already be somewhere where they could control the crowds through ticket sales and check IDs. Plus, we wouldn't necessarily have to advertise in the same way since there would be already a built-in audience.
I will admit, that's not a terrible idea.
It's at least a low-risk way to test the waters.
Okay. Fine. But you're giving the presentation.
Wait, no,
One of us will need to be in the crowd, gauging reactions, and more importantly, watching out for any unwelcome guests. There's no doubt they're watching us now. Even if we don't advertise it in the Reddit thread, we have to assume that their network is wide enough that they could come across it anyways.
Fine. I'll do the presenting. You two be the bodyguards. Don't you dare bring that gun again, though.
Oh, come on, Detta.
No.
I promise I won't use it again.
Then you don't need to bring it.
Okay, well, I did walk right into that one, didn't I?
I'm serious, V. We can't afford any more unintended incidents. If we fuck this up, we might ruin our chances of getting people to take this cause seriously.
Fine. I will behave myself.
Good. Now let's get started. We have a lot of work to do.